Europe's heads of government are expected to resume meetings after failing to make a breakthrough in appointing a candidate to fill the EU's top vacancy. Negotiations came to a halt yesterday as political groupings failed to rally round one person to succeed Jean-Claude Juncker as president of the EU Commission. Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel could not convince her peers to select Franz Timmermans, a social democrat. Now, marathon talks are likely to continue as the new session of the European Parliament convenes to appoint its own president. Well, we'll speak more about the European Parliament in a moment, but first let's talk to Effie Kutzer-Costa, who joins me now from Brussels. Effie, the leaders are going to reconvene after not having much sleep, but that was a marathon session overnight from Sunday to Monday. Can we just go back over why did those talks fail to make any breakthrough?
Good morning from Brussels, Alasdair. Yes, of course, it was a marathon of talks here in Brussels in the European Council, over 20 hours. And of course, what we all seen is that the leaders failed to reach an agreement, a compromise agreement for the top jobs. Even if many officials and diplomats were saying that we were too close to that. What happened actually was that although the leaders of the biggest political groups, the four leaders of the biggest political groups that met in Osaka found a compromise in the face of Franz Timmermans for the EU Commission presidency and Manfred Weber for the presidency of the European Parliament, when they came back to Brussels, we've seen that there was too much opposition, especially in the European People's Party. What was surprising was that, of course, Visegrad was expected, the countries of Visegrad were expected to oppose to Franz Timmermans as the EU Commission presidency. What Mrs. Merkel, the German Chancellor, didn't expect was that a group of leaders in her own political family would really oppose to what was agreed. And it was not only the usual suspects, but also even leaders such as Leo Varadkar that were not ready to leave and give the EU Commission presidency and the leadership to the Social Democrats. This was a problem, and a problem that was questioned, that Angela Merkel was for the first time questioned so much. And of course, we've seen all the frustration among the leaders, and especially the Social Democrats and Emmanuel Macron.
So what are the prospects they might make headway today if it was so difficult yesterday?
This is a good question, actually. I guess that the consultations are going on. What they hope, the leaders hope, is to talk a bit more and try to find this compromise. Of course, this Osaka proposal is not yet dead, we could say. All EU officials say that everything is on the table. And what they are trying to find is a solution again. The consultations, as I said, are going on. Leaders are talking since yesterday so that they can be better prepared, let's say, until they arrive at the table of the negotiation. This is the only thing we know so far. And of course, we expect them back in town to see again the same prospects, you know, the images of bilateral and trilateral meetings. But what the Finnish Prime Minister said yesterday was that we are 50% close to an agreement, which is not yet very close to the 100%. So we are still far from that, and it's not sure that we will really have an agreement today.
Well, Effie Kutzer-Costa, you'll be following it closely. Thanks very much for joining us from Brussels.